In simple words, if I am transferring something to you and someone is just watching and observing what we are doing and what data is being transmitted in between us, then he is doing sniffing on us. So in cyberspace, sniffing is referred to monitoring and capturing all the packets passing through a given network. So the question arises, what type of information or data can be sniffed? The answer to this question is anything that you are surfing on the internet or even in your private network can be sniffed easily. The most common and widely used protocols that can be sniffed are like HTTP, FTP, POP, SMTP, DNS, DHCP, and also there are some protocols which are using encryption, but we can also sniff those protocols like HTTPS with TLS or SSL, but we cannot analyze the data which is flowing over that protocols. We have to gain some other information like some certificate or some decrypting key to decode that data. So let's have a short introduction of the protocols which I have mentioned. So first was HTTP. It sent information in clear text without any encryption over the internet. And the second was FTP. File transfer protocol is used to send and receive files, but it has no security feature, so the data can be sniffed in clear text. Third was POP and SMTP. SMTP is used to transfer of mail and POP is used to receive mails from the server, and they both do not have any protection against sniffing. Also, we have some types of sniffing. It is categorized into two types: active sniffing and passive sniffing. In passive sniffing, we can only listen to the data which is being flown over the network, and it only works with the hub devices. As in hub, the traffic is sent to all the ports, and it is hard to find these days as hubs are not widely used these days. It has been replaced by the switches. Where on other side, we not only monitor data, but we can also modify or do alteration into it. So it also work with switch based devices. As active sniffing has been recognized as advanced sniffing, which has been working these days. So we have some attacks which is working under the active sniffing. So here are some attacks which can be done under active sniffing, which is MAC flooding and ARP spoofing. So MAC flooding is an attack where CAM table is being flooded with a fake MAC IP pairs, which make all the port to flood and overload, which cause switch to behave like a hub. And where on ARP spoofing? ARP spoofing is a type of attack in which an attacker sends a false ARP message over the local network, resulting the linkage of the attacker MAC address with the IP of any computer or server on that network. Once the attacker get the MAC addresses connected to the authentic IP address, attacker will be receiving the data which is intended for that IP address. Now, ARP spoofing can lead to various kind of attack vectors like DOS attack, session hijacking, man-in-the-middle attack, which is also known as MITM. So first talk about DOS attack. By ARP spoofing, attacker can link multiple IP addresses with a single targeted MAC. As result, traffic which is intended to the different IP addresses will be redirected to the targeted MAC. It will overload the target, which cause a DDoS attack, or you can say DOS attack. Where on session hijacking attack, attacker can take benefit of ARP spoofing for stealing the session IDs, so it can access the private system and data over the network. And the last one is MITM, man-in-the-middle attack. By the help of ARP spoofing, attacker can intercept and modify the traffic between victims. So theoretically, you have a very clear image till now about sniffing and the different type of attacks which can be done under the sniffing categories. So it's time to talk about some major mass projects which has been done previously in past by the government agencies or by any other country. So you will have an idea over how sniffing can take a big phase in a real world. The first and the most famous one, Edward Snowden papers, revealed the massive surveillance apparatus named PRISM. The government has been deploying in secret for years. The NSA has been passively collecting internet information which is destined to the large internet sites like Facebook, Google, and other giant tech organizations. The NSA has large scale analysis tools. One of them is X-Keyscore, which allow them to search collected packets at the later dates. On number 2, we have United Kingdoms. UK has a similar passive collection surveillance system named as Tempora. The UK is uniquely stands in because the most of the internet traffic arrives at the UK via undersea fiber optic cables. This provides the single point of entry and egress to the UK. The Tempora collection devices are operated at these locations only. And on number 3, there is no way to left India behind. Our government is also have various systems and programs. One of them is CMS. CMS is Central Monitoring System, a data collection similar to NSA PRISM program. It enables the government to listen listen to the phone conversations, intercepting emails and text messages, also monitoring posts on social media networking sites, and track our searches on search engines like Google. Another project is DRDO Netra, or you can say Netra, which is derived from Network Traffic Analysis. DRDO Netra project is capable of tracking online communications on the real-time basis by harvesting data from voice over IP services including Skype and Google Talks. So that was a brief of sniffing. Follow up for the practical sniffing videos.